Oh, it says I'm live. Oh, hello, hello, tap, 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 tap. Hello, hello, hello. Uh, Mic is on. I don't know if you can hear me or not. The bar at the bottom is not moving. I might, knowing how loud this thing comes through. Hang on. I don't know if it shouldn't be using that camera. Microphone. Hey guys, nothing really special on this one. And I'm just curious to start with if anyone else has issues with their internet connection being slow in Australia. It's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be, it's what it is. Basically, well, I'm waiting for an upload to go through. I tried using my internet for the main house, and it's just so slow. It's infuriatingly slow for something that should be uploading and downloading really fast. Just not. Should be 4 or 5G actually out here, so I really don't know why it's slow. So if there's any computer whizzes out there that can tell me a little trick how to speed up the internet, I would love to know, because I have no idea, and it's always having issues with it speed-wise. For the most part, that's fine, it works. I don't have any major issues with it. But yeah, that's basically that. So yeah, if you guys are computer guys or girls, maybe you can help me out. Chat disconnected. Please wait to what? And then it says successfully connected. Okay. Sure. Share screen. Oh, that's how you share screen. Nice. Right. Well, that's cool. They've got the screen share thing back, so we can. This is bottom one. Shit. No, I don't want to share this. I don't know who would even want to watch it. Yeah, cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm uploading a video race I did for my fiance. I got pummeled in it, but yeah, I just didn't have a good race on that one. But it's the first time uploading with the PlayStation. I found hotspotting it with my phone probably is the fastest way to get it to upload. So if you guys are having issues uploading, just do the phone trick. That seems to speed it up a fair bit. But yeah, because I know other friends of mine have got like the Wi-Fi, and that they can get it to upload quick. But I for the life of me, I cannot figure out why it's like its torrent speed is so frigging low. Like, it's like, come on, I don't care about safety. Just boom, upload. What do you think's going to happen, computer? Jeez, just like, yeah. Anyway, all right, let's do some. Let's talk about some stuff. I don't know. I don't really have a lot to talk about, guys. Like, I'm late. My main goal is to dig a retaining wall. Whoopee! Digging. I can tell you that's not a fun job. The reason why is because you dig first is because you've got to create a footing that's flat and the same height. It's going to be a great big square, so there's a lot of digging, and it has to be flat. It has to be even so that the walls are even. And I believe you've got to dig the retaining wall quite deep, actually. I'm not sure the exact height that you're supposed to go. I don't know if it's like half of your wall height or... Yeah, it's been a while since I've done the bricky stuff, and that's not something that was ever covered when I did the course. I can't believe this isn't showing me if I've got volume or not. I really feel stupid. I'm sitting here talking and nothing's coming through. I'll look like an absolute dingbat. But I guess we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. Um, yeah, so yeah, things are with Rona. Just waiting on the birth certificate stuff. So when that comes through, then I can then we can get her passport sorted, and then I can go see the immigration lawyer, and we can go from there. So yeah, it's just waiting on government people. There's not much I can do there. So she is coming and everything. It's just a case of when. Really like to have her over here by Christmas, but I guess we'll see. So latest, that would be. I'd like to have her over here earlier, but it is what it is. It's not an easy process. I mean, look, I'll tell you something about immigration. Look, they want to know everything. That's really none of their business. And I'll say that the government is too much involved in your own personal relationships there. Like, it's got nothing to do with them, and yet they have to know these things. They have to push on, like your relation. Like, is it serious? Blah, blah, is this, is that? It's like, come on, guys. Like, you don't do this to people who are already got relationships in Australia, do you? No. So why should it be any different for someone who meets someone overseas? Like, let's see the differences there. Like, it's none of your friggin' business. Like, and of course, like, ta-da, of course it's serious. Like, wouldn't be having that on otherwise, would I? Like, yeah, come on. Like, come on. Like, but look, I haven't got that part yet, so I guess we'll find out. I'm just, it's just, it's the people at the airport, it's the government people, it's all the government people, they're so heavily involved in what you're doing with your relationship. It's like, it's none of their business. Mind your own business kind of thing. Just let people be people, let them have their families and have their love. Like, what's it to you guys? Like, it's got nothing to do with any of you. And then they'll say things like, oh yeah, but we don't want to get the wrong people in and blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, guys, Australia isn't special. I'm sick and tired of hearing how special we are. We're not special. There's nothing special about us. We're the same as Canada. We're the same as America. We're the same as the UK. We're the same as probably France and Germany and all the other Western countries. Like, there's literally no real difference between any of these main, like, Western countries. Like, we're all pretty much the same. Like, we're all in the same boat. We're all suffering the same things. We're all going through the same things. We have the similar laws. We have this. We have that, and it's all pretty much identical. Like, there is nothing special. All right. I'm tired of hearing like how Australia is toot their horn like that. We're not. We're overpriced, and put it this way, our economy should have tanked like years ago, but for some reason, because of the mines, it never really did. So, But it is. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it tanking, but if it does, it'll reset everything, and that's kind of what needs to happen. Because the price of everything is just too astronomically high. Put it this way, like, me and Rona aren't talking about retiring in Australia. Like, we're talking about retiring in the Philippines, because like, there's no, like, even in, like, if business opportunities come up, we're not going to be looking in Australia for business opportunities. We'll be looking in the Philippines. There's literally no point looking in Australia. There's no money to be made. It's a dead market. There's a lot of rules, and there's a lot of taxes, and there's a lot of, the tax thing's one thing, but you look at the percentage of, like, startup companies in Australia, a lot of them just fail. Like, it ain't no point doing it. Like my impression of doing business is, don't invest emotion into business. You put money into it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, can it move on? Like, that's how your attitude has to be, because you won't make money otherwise. The whole point is to make money. Like, it's not about what sells and what you're passionate about. It's about what makes money. Look, at the end of the day, that's what you are doing a business for, is to make money. So who cares what the business is? The point is, it can be anything. I believe that businesses should be, to start with, you want to get into service related. Like, you want to do stuff that people actually need. Like, don't do businesses like where people are just sort of like finicky on purchasing or using that particular service. There's a lot of business ideas I have for Cebu. I guess start with like, look, I don't care if you steal my ideas. If you're going to do it and go, oh, you've got some good ideas, look, that's fine. Steal away. Because in the end of the day, it's not going to make any difference to me. But look, there's my things are you can start small, right? So I'm thinking, what do people need over there? Like transport. Like people actually over there don't get around a lot on taxis. So buying a car and getting taxi drivers for it is kind of a bit. That's further down the line. Like that's not something you do straight up. You could make money off it, but it's not going to be like personally scooters. More people use scooters. You're not going to get as much on fares, but it doesn't matter. Like, 10 trips at a smaller price is going to be more than like 2 or 3 trips on like a bigger price taxi. So that's just fact. So, yeah, because you got to think about running the car or the scooter. Got to think about paying the employee, paying insurance, paying their super or whatever, and having enough to service the vehicle and keeping your vehicles in check with the government regulations. So that was one idea. And obviously, get a couple, start them out, see how they go, and then move on from there. Maybe as it grows, get more. And then as you start getting good money, then look at taxis. And then once you get past some point, then you look at something like transport vehicles, like trucks. Trucks will make good money, but yeah, that's just neither here nor there. Like another idea, little food market stalls to go around. Like just have those things. And I mean, my idea is you're not going there to bankrupt people. You're going there to make their lives better and make the city better. So that should be your thoughts, right? So also got to look at the market that you're dealing with. So don't think about it like you got to, but like put your products out there that are available, like that the average person can buy. Like so, you don't do like food vendor and then do like expensive food. No, you do food that's cheap and easy to make, like so that you can just pump out a lot of them and people can pay like 50 to 100 peso and they get like their lunch or whatever, like that's how you do it. And then if you can build up your money, like look, obviously you're not going to build up money fast, that's for sure. Like it's not going to, it'll accroach over time as your collateral, as your investment gets bigger and better. So of course, and that's how you got to look at it. It's a long-term goal. You got to look, if you're starting out like us, like you're not going to be looking like we don't have, like at the moment we don't have huge resources to do things like that, so that's not going to be an option. So you've got to start small, and you've got to dip your foot in and see how you go. Other things are rental places for workers. So, building properties and rentals. I wouldn't be trying to do Airbnbs. The options on that would be very low. You're not going to get a lot of people coming in and out. So you'd be better off having long-term investments with rentals for families. This would be a thing that would take time. Again, you're going to have to start out small and build up. My big thing I want to do over there is I want to replace the whole water grid, which you might say, what? And I'll be like, that's huge. And I'll be like, and a lot of people say, like, it's a government thing. Like, government does that. It's not an individual. But they're not doing that. But doesn't mean they won't. But sometimes people need a little push to sort of say, hey, we can do this. So my plans there is if I can build up enough resources, money-wise, and infrastructure like vehicles and heavy machinery and whatnot, and have like yards and factories or whatever, then perhaps we can do that. And the plan would be to basically, okay, so Cebu itself is I would say, it's like a second world country city. So it's not third world. Like it's definitely not third world, and it's not at first world yet, but it can be. But to do that, we need to get the infrastructure up to scratch. And to me, in my eyes, my goal would be to make Cebu the jewel of the Philippines. The jewel, think about that, the jewel, the nice shining diamond, the beauty, the spot where, like, say, in the future you'd go, well, we want Olympic Games, we'll put it in Cebu, like, or we want to do like a motor racing event in the streets or whatever, we'll do it in Cebu, not Manila. Manila people would be like, hey. But yeah, look. So basically, start with this. It takes like replacing the government. There isn't against. I don't think the government would be against fixing up the water supply. The water supply. Look, I'll tell you a couple of things. Right. So the drainage system is probably like over 100 years old, more probably. It looks very old, but it works, so they haven't replaced it. The trouble is the water isn't safe to drink. You can use it for brushing your teeth, and having a shower. That's it. Like you wouldn't use it to drink, but it can be fixed, right? So you can replace all the old drains with pipes and like new pipes, and fix up the effluent water, so the wastewater and clean water goes to the same place. So you need to have a proper cleaning station that separates all the waste and all the clean water. That would be more on the government side, but given if you're replacing the drainage and everything, they'd probably be more down for that. I also believe that the Catholic Church there has a big influence. If you could get the Catholic Church to go, we want to be involved in replacing the water system and having like a brand new water system for everyone, I think they'd be quite happy with that. Because, having clean drinking water is like, it increases lifespan, reduces health complications. Basically, it leads to much better health outcomes and much better outcomes for people. It is like one of the biggest things that the first world country has is clean drinking water. If you look around the world, 30% of the world has clean drinking water. So it's that important. So if I have the resources, that's basically where I'll be starting and say, hey, look, I've got these trucks and these heavy machines, and I've got, if I can get contracts in Australia or China or Manila or anywhere that's making water pipes, perhaps we can make a deal, and you guys buy the pipe and we lay the pipe and change it over, and you get your water people to come in and say where we're replacing the grid to start with and what we're doing and how we're going to do it. Because obviously it's going to take experts to get this done as to how it's going to be done. That's basically what you're doing. The other thing I wanted to include with that would be rainwater tanks. See, rainwater, if the average person can utilize rainwater, they're going to have access to fresh water. And I believe that you could do that on loans for these tanks, because if you can build the tanks there, you can certainly keep the prices down. And also, if people have access at home to clean drinking water right away, again, you're going to get that immediate impact. And it's going to be better for them. They save money on water. They're not going out and buying water. You're not going to have as much plastic in the system. The other thing I also noticed also with the water thing is when we drove past in the buses to go back to the hotel, I was looking around for the water, for the, what do you call it, the streams or the rivers. Now, there's nothing wrong with the water there. It appears to be mostly clean, but what the issue I noticed was that particular water was surrounded by lots of rubbish. Now, one of the big things that we could do over there would be to have proper rubbish waste removal, bins, big bins, rubbish collection, all of that. If that could be achieved, you would go a long way to improving the health of the city, getting rid of that waste. And you could, if you got look, if you could get it shipped off to China and recycled or something, you could be making money there. Or you could, if you could recycle it in Cebu, again, fantastic for the economy, fantastic for the people, and fantastic for the look. The whole point is to create jobs, right? The whole point is to create a better life for people. Give them everything they deserve. Give them the chance to have the. It's not about you making money. It's about making the world better, right? So forget making money so much as just go, look, we're going to try and make this place better. That's our ultimate goal. That's what we want to do. And how do we do that? So basically, yeah. So if there's proper rubbish disposal, people aren't. Look, when I notice, right, you go in the shops, you buy some food or whatever, you eat your food, but there's nowhere to put your rubbish, so you have to stick it in your pocket. Very annoying, right? Until you come across a bin. So it'd be better to have rubbish bins in those malls. So that kind of thing, like that's going to make a big difference for people. They're not looking around to put their rubbish away, right? Then that they're not going to be leaving it near the water supply. They're not going to be like, you can, especially if you said, look, hey, we're doing this. Like if you get on the radio or the TV and say to people, hey, look, this is our plan. If you want to volunteer some time, like to help, that's fantastic. Like, and this is our goal, and this is what we're doing. So when we get to this area, if you want to help out and like pick up rubbish and help the guys out or whatever, like maybe it'll be a job there for you later. I don't know. Like encourage people to be involved. The one thing I noticed about Cebu is everyone wants to work. Everyone's involved in the city, right? So it's not like you'll see some places where you'll see a lot of people sitting around doing nothing. People aren't sitting around doing nothing. They're involved with what's going on. They want to be a part of that city. They want jobs. They want to work. They want to improve the life of everyone around them. There is a big opportunity there, right? One of the things I wanted to do, Kenyon would be like, how many damn ideas do you have? I have lots of ideas. But another one was, if I could get beachfront property there with Rona, what we do is we build an apartment building, right? And then we build a pier out of the apartment building where you can put boats, right? So you either have the boats yourself, which are in your name, and then you say, we need people to come and use those boats, and you'll take commission on this, how much fish, how much like kilos or tonnage of fish you bring in, and you'll get the apartment building to live in, and so you're right next to your work, and on the weekends obviously you can use the boat if you want to with your family or whatever. Like same with the scooters. Like if you said to the guys, hey, look, you need a scooter for the weekend to take your mum and dad to the hospital, or you need to go somewhere or whatever, it's fine. Like do what you guys got to do. Like as long as you sign it out and write down your kilometers and how, and we can work something out. Like so. Yeah, like it's about helping people. It's not about making people's lives harder. So like if you're getting fish, like I believe to start with, I would like to get like older, big machines than new ones, because I don't think the people there really care if the machine is old or not, so long as it works. So if you can get machines that might be a bit older, whatever, but if you say, look, hey, we're going to put the time and the energy into repairing these machines and getting them up and running at 100%, and we're just going to use them until we can save up enough money to get new machines, that's fine. I don't think people would be against that. Like, there's like, I noticed there was like old cranes and trucks and things like that. They're perfect machines. They need a bit of work, but who cares? The machine's already there, and look, if you get the right guys on the team and the right girls, it's not going to be an issue, is it? You're going to get that machine up and running. Especially you say to them, hey, look, once this machine's up and running, we go and make money. Like that's what this thing's for. If I can get us contracts for it, It's going to make money. Like, don't worry about it. We'll get it up and running. We're going to make money. We're all going to be gone. Yeah. Another thing I was thinking is, like, in a hometown, I'm thinking I'd like to attract tourists out there, and it's beautiful out there. It's not just the beach. I'd like to do a theme park. Again, if I don't have the resources, money, or like we're me and Rona are too busy with other projects, like, and you've got the money and investment, even if, like, Chinese investors, whatever, like American investors, doesn't matter. Like, if you want to do a theme park and beat us to the punch, by all means, right? Like, if it gets people investing money. And the other thing I'm thinking about with that is, if you can get more land, you can put warehouses out there and say to people like companies in China, hey, I've got these warehouses out here. Now I need to fill them with stuff. So if you want to rent the warehouses out, it'll cost you this much, and you'll have, like, this spot is your docking spot, and basically you can basically have first-hand access to selling your wares in Cebu. Like, and the reason I say China is because they're the closest to Cebu, so they're probably more likely to want to invest, and it would be a central hub for them to basically redirect stuff out. So they go, oh, well, we've got contract in South Africa, so we're going to drop some stuff off there, and then when our ship comes back, bang, we're picked up and we're gone. Like, something like that. I don't know. Like, it's all relative, right? So, yeah, look, all I'm saying is I've got lots of ideas. Whether or not I can make them work, I really love that. My ultimate goal is to make life better for people, not make it worse, right? So that's essentially what I would like to do if I can help people. Like, another big idea I had is if we can get enough resources. Me and Rona are both very passionate about helping people. One of the people we'd love to help is the orphans over there and the street kids, right? The kids that see. And then one of the big issues over there is, when someone goes to jail for something, done something wrong, like let's say the dad has sold drugs, like, it happens over there. But basically the problem is the family doesn't get looked after, so they lose their house. The kids are having to work. They don't get to go to school. It's not great. So if we have a bunch of businesses going, like, I'm thinking workshops, so there's tooling jobs and construction jobs, which you wouldn't start a kid on. But look, and I'm not saying a kid would have to do, like, it would just be a teach them to start with, and they make a bit of money for their family. Like, just be like, after, you do your schooling, and then after school you spend an hour or two at the workshop or whatever, and learn some skills from the guys. And when you're a bit older, you'll be able to pick a job that you want to do. Like, you'll go, well, I've got these skills and I really like doing this, so I want to do that. And try and help set them up so that they got a chance for, like, a chance to do well. That's all you can do for people. You can just offer them all the skills and knowledge you have, and hopefully they can take it and use it. That's the thing, right? So essentially that's where my mind's at. And yeah, me and Rona would love, and basically, like, we would love to set up these houses for the kids and families living on the street, and say, look, you stay here, you can do some work for us. Like, maybe the mum can go out and work at, like, one of these food stalls or whatever, or as a salesman selling products or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. A job's a job. And or driving the scooters or delivering food or something. And basically you say, look, you stay here, save up some money, and, like, once you've got enough here in place, and you can move out or whatever if you want. And we can, like, start getting, help you get your life on track the way that you want. You can take care of your family. Like, that's where my mind's at with all of that, right? To be honest, I'm always surprised that rich people don't actually do these kind of things. Like, I know they say, oh, right, there's no money, but not everything's about money. I mean, how much money do you really need in the world? I mean, really, if look, I would say if you had $2 million to retire on, you'll never need money ever again. Let's say it's 2 million Australian dollars. That's a lot of money. like by the time you get to retirement age, it's like 67, which means you've probably got another about 20 years of life left in you max. 20 years to spend $2 million is probably unheard of. So I don't really know where your head would be at with that. But all I'm saying is, even when I heard friends talking about retiring, they weren't talking about retiring in Australia. They were talking about, I think it was like Vietnam. And I'm thinking, yeah, so you guys get it. Like, Australians don't want to retire in Australia. You want to retire in a place where life is going to be a lot simpler and your money's going to go a lot further. Like, you don't want to go to a place where you're basically just going to be like, well, we can go out like once every 6 months if we're lucky. Or, we can't go and do enjoy life a bit, like, you understand? Like, so, and also, like, my fiance's family's over there. So it's like, family's over there. So it'd be great to retire there and have time with the family there and everything, So, yeah, I would love to be able to build a better place over there. And yes, I guess you could say part of my reasoning would be I would want the place to be even better for retiring. But it's more than that. It's about helping people. And, you can have selfish reasons for doing good things. Like, it's not bad to want to have better life for yourself and other people around you. And you know what? I believe that there's no point having nice things in the world if you can't share them with other people. Like, what's the point? You're getting nothing for it. Like, well, what's the point of having all these nice things if you're the only one with it and you're the only one that gets to enjoy it? Waste of money, waste of time. There's literally no thing for that. So look, I'll leave it there, guys. I think I've waffled on enough. My bad. Peace. Take it easy. I hope the volume on this worked. I have no idea.